It's so amazing that so many would gather here in this house of worship to mourn the passing, yet celebrate the life of my father, Jim Scott. Like my mother, my father loved this church and its people. Our family is beyond touched by the outpouring. If it's all right with you, I'd like to speak a few words about my father. But before I do, I wish to say to my mother, Mom, it has been one of my life's great honors, both as your son and as human being, to be party to some 52 years of your 58 seasons with Dad. Well, I know you'll one day be reunited. I'm sorry you lost him so suddenly, as you deserve many more years on earth together. You said to me once that you were more in love every year, and those words will always ring in my heart as how I saw you both and how lucky you were to share that connection in marriage. To my dear brother, Jay, wow, there are almost no words. You're such a reflection of him. Dad was kind, but he raised you to be kinder. Dad was a hard worker, but he raised you to work even harder. Dad was a good golfer, but he showed you how to be a great golfer. He was so proud of you. It may surprise people to know that although I live so far away, the bond you shared only caused my love for you both to deepen, and I became richer for it, truly. So as your brother, I wish to say I'm sorry you lost your best friend, your go-to, your advisor, your coach, your golf buddy, your role model, and above all, your dad. Just know we share that grief together as brothers, and that I love you. And to Jill, while I only experienced your relationship to Dad in doses, it warmed my heart that you made him smile and bemused so much. And not since his own mother had anyone fed him as regularly and so well and with such dedication. He loved you for that. And in many ways, you finally making a good man of Jay was icing on his own life's cake. As your brother-in-law, I just want to express my heartfelt gratitude for being such a fine steward and friend to him in all ways. My dad truly loved you, and I enjoyed being the witness to his happiness in that. As for myself, need we say more of a man who, along with my mother, of course, adopted a stranger's child and raised him as their son, made me their son. I became their son. And God must have smiled down on it, making sure we had the same birthdays, April 21st. I call that Dad's vanity move. Can you imagine, had I been born in June, dread to think the young Scott couple might have skipped over me? But in seriousness, thank you for my life, Dad. You never gave up on me and showed me your love and support all the way to the very end. And I feel you watching over even now. I feel he is so grateful that so many of his friends, family are here under this roof in this house of God. We've all gathered to share in the spirit of him with our feelings, our memories, putting them all together in a sanctuary. That's a beautiful testament, a beautiful homage to the life of a man. We all shared a lot with him in this life, and now we join to say farewell. And as one more thing we must do together as his loved ones. But we're also envious of him because in transition, the great secret is revealed to him, and Dad is now free, and he knows more of what God knows. He is now like a child reborn, and as much as we resist letting him go, we wish him well in his purity and freedom in his new role with God. I marvel at the wonder of him and what he must be doing next. No doubt more of the same Jim Scott he defined here in all of our lives, given with even greater abundance. Godspeed, Dad. In closing, I wish to cite Khalil Gibran's words on death from his great work, From the Prophet. You would know the secret of death, but how shall you find it unless you seek it in the heart of life? The owl whose night-bound eyes are blind unto the day cannot unveil the mystery of light. If you would indeed behold the spirit of death, open your heart wide unto the body of life. For life and death are one, even as the river and the sea are one. In the depth of your hopes and desires lies your silent knowledge of the beyond. And like seeds dreaming beneath the snow, your heart dreams of spring. Trust the dreams, for in them is hidden the gate to eternity. Your fear of death is but the trembling of the shepherd when he stands before the king, whose hand is to be laid upon him in honor. Is the shepherd not joyful beneath his trembling, that he shall wear the mark of the king? Yet is he not more mindful of his trembling? For what is it to die but to stand naked in the wind and to melt into the sun? And what is it to cease breathing but to breathe the breath from its restless tides, that it may rise and expand and seek God unencumbered? Only when you drink from the river of silence shall you indeed sing. And when you have reached the mountaintop, then you shall begin to climb. And when the earth shall claim your limbs, then you shall truly dance. God bless my father. God bless you all.